The Rams look for revenge against a familiar foe in Montreat College. Bluefield takes on the Cavaliers here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello everybody, Bailey Engel. Welcome to the Dome here in Bluefield, Virginia, as the Rams look for their third consecutive win of this season. Went back to on January 7th. They picked up a win against St. Andrews, and then over the weekend hung tough with Reinhardt, but really scurried away at the end of the second half. Numbers to watch out for. Naquan Cousins needs 23 points to get to the 1,000 career mark, but that will be tough against a Montreat team that beat them 94-68 all the way back on December 4th down in North Carolina. So the Rams looking for revenge against the Montreat Cavaliers with Ben Grove, Naquan Cousins, Damari Sexton, Paris Stevens, and the point guard from the 7'5'7", Jeremiah Jenkins on the floor. In the middle for the tip, it'll be Jaja Davis, the 6'5 junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, up against Naquan Cousins for Bluefield College. Rams in the white, Montreat in the navy blue, and Cousins swings the ball into the backcourt, and the Rams start out with possession. No pressure for Jeremiah Jenkins as he gallops across the timeline and passes into the far corner for Stevens. Bounces up top Sexton, who feeds Jenkins, now gives onto the left elbow. Cousins with a one-arm dribble, passes right wing Sexton. No score yet as Sexton pulls up and connects from long range. We'll have to see where they call that as, and it's a long two. So Bluefield on the board after really no pressure from Montreat defensively. Point guard will be Terrell Sheffy for Montreat. The Cavaliers coached by Garrett Jones in his 5th season. Now corralling possession, Austin Butler hands back off Sheffy, gets a screen top of the key and passes into the hands of Victor Tichona into the right wing. He drives right block, stumbles in the lane, and there is a walk call. Bumped into Jaja Davis, his teammate, the only name we didn't call out on that possession for Montreat, the 6'5 senior from Nassau, Bahamas, Shaquille Evans. Some of the Rams leading 2-0, 19-10 left to go in the first half. Sexton into the far corner. A student section starting to accumulate on the far sideline for Bluefield College. Bounces right baseline. Cousins retreats out of the corner. Step back three on the way. Front rim no good. Tipped off of the hands of Sexton and into the hands of Jaja Davis for Montreat. Sheffy shuffles the ball into the left wing. Pulls up pro link three. Rattles home. 3-2, first bucket of the night for Montreat, going left to right, and Bluefield College trails now with 18:43 left to go in the first half. Rams 8-11, 6-7 in the AAC. Montreat, one of the AAC leaders, 12-4 and 8-4 in the conference. As Cousins spins right baseline, pushes off the glass. It's good and one. 4-3 the score. Rams take the lead. So for Naquan Cousins, the magic number tonight was 23. Now he has 2 so far. So now 21 points away from a career mark of 1,000. Eyeing the rim to make it an even 20. Shoots and scores. So now 20 points away from the 1,000 career mark. He did score 33 on the road against St. Andrews back on January 7th. Terrell Sheffy sprints into the right wing. Jeremiah Jenkins picks up him in the man-to-man defense. Passes in back into the right wing. Austin Butler. Stevens picks him up. Ball rolls on the floor. Off the foot. Diving play Cousins. Instead is picked up by Butler. Overhead Sheffy in the near corner. Spins it out on the far side for Shaquille Evans. Drives left baseline. Jumps to the hoop and scores after he pushes the ball off of the glass for 2. 5-5 the score. Now all tied up as the Rams trying to hang tough with Montreat, a team that really beat them into the ground in North Carolina a few months ago. As Sexton lets it fly from 17 feet and swishes to give the Rams the lead. 7-5 the score. Clock is ran down to 17:45 as Sheffy left-hand dribbles, passes into the far corner. Evans gallops in the lane. Right-handed hook, layup off of the glass and through the hoop. Ties the game back up at 7-7. Both teams really trading offensive blows here as Sexton pivots the ball, left elbow. Ben Grove shoots and misses. A rebound pulled down by Jaja Davis for Montreat. Back into the hands of the Cavaliers, coming not too far from Asheville, North Carolina. Left to right goes this Cavaliers team wearing the navy blue and the gray trim. Sheffy dribbles inside, loops it into the baseline, shoots and scores after he drove down the paint. That was Victor Tichona. That gives Montreat the 9-7 lead. So the bank was open, 17:05 left to go in the first half. Rams trailing for the first time in this game. Sexton overheads the ball back up top to Paris Stevens, and the give to his point guard, right block for Jeremiah Jenkins, who steps up at the free throw line and hits the big shot to tie it up. Long two falling for the 7'5" native, 9-9 the score. Terrell Sheffy bounces top of the key to Shona, whips it into the left wing, and now a pullback baseline jumper off of the backboard, no good, and the first foul of the ball game booked on Jaja Davis after Ben Grove jumped up to try to get the defensive rebound, and Davis got a piece of it. Buzzer sounds, Davis is out of the ball game, and Adam Riabi, the junior from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, comes into the game. Rams have the ball back, right to left they go, 9-9 the score, all tied up between these two teams. Maya Jenkins scurries into the right wing, passes top of the key Grove. Give left side, Stevens bounces left block for Cousins. Cousins spins down the baseline, muscles up a shot. It's a bad one off the under end of the rim. Stevens trying to go for the offensive rebound, gets into a bit of a scrum with the other rebounder, Victor Shiona. So back into the hands after the tie-up of Montreat. 16-15 left to play in the first half, tied up 9-9. Terrell Sheffy still matched up defensively with Jeremiah Jenkins, and an offensive foul booked on Montreat. So it goes on Shaquille Evans for a moving screen, trying to set up some space for Terrell Sheffy. Now more substitutes coming in for Montreat. We don't really see Richard Morgan dive deep into the bench in the first media timeout, of course. In the NAI level, you don't have media timeouts, but right around the 4-minute mark of the first half, we have really not seen him go deep into the bench. He'll wait till about halfway through. Sexton has the ball in the far corner for Bluefield. The transfer passes top of the key to the new transfer, and Parrish Stevens. Left wing, Jeremiah Jenkins, the point guard, hasn't dribbled yet. Now he does. Into the corner, finds separation, pulls up, long three. It's good. See if he had a foot on the line. No, he did not. It's a three for Jeremiah Jenkins, starting to rack up the points early, and Bluefield has a 3-point lead. 12-9 the score. Top of the key now for Montreat. Adam Riabi hands it back off into the hands of Cameron Caraway, the new player in. Trades it back with Riabi in the right wing. Drives to the right block on Sexton. Fadeaway jumper right through the 10. Makes it a 1-point game, 12-11. Both teams shooting very well. We're not seeing many misses so far. Also, the only man to go to the free throw line in this game is Naquan Cousins off the and one. Near corner, Sexton, shimmy shake move with a step back, lost the ball, went through his legs. Now he gives back up top of the key. Stevens drives inside, loops a layup. It's no good. Rolling into the near corner, and the ball went off of Bluefield. So Montreat back with it. They go deeper into the bench again with Eric Reed checking into the ball game. Now to the bench goes Austin Butler for the first time, and we'll also see a new point guard for Montreat for the first time in Jameel Wright. Jameel Wright, a lanky point guard, pounces into the right wing to Riabi, and the give is back to Eric Reed. Trading the ball around the guards. Now in the near corner, Riabi wants a cutter to go inside. Instead, does a cross-court lob all the way out onto the left. And now for Jameel Wright, he passes back top of the key. Wright has it back, feeds a far corner three, and it's good for Montreat. Shot fell for Cameron Caraway, and the lead is back to 2 for Montreat after the tray fell. 14-12 the score, 14.5 minutes left to go. Montreat wearing these jerseys, it's very hard to see their numbers. So Cousins backs up on Caraway into the far corner, passes right wing Sexton, dishes Jenkins left wing, and the feed is to Stevens. Stevens returns left elbow. Sexton gives up a bad-looking shot from the left elbow and misses off the back iron. Rebounded by Montreat, and the Cavaliers have the ball going left to right. Eric Reed retreats in the left wing, passes top of the key, nearly stolen by Jeremiah Jenkins. Here comes Riabi right down the lane, right-handed layup through the window, and good. 16-12 the score. Rams trailing for the first time in this game by 2 possessions. 13:53 left to go in the first half. Jeremiah Jenkins loops up a long three, gets fouled in the process but missed. Now for Bluefield, Jenkins will go to the line. He had a 4-point play against Reinhardt on Saturday. Now he's going to shoot 3 from the free throw line to try to give the Rams a 1-point deficit. First free throw goes in and out, and we saw Jeremiah Jenkins on Saturday look considerably frustrated with his free throw effort after being an 80% free throw shooter, higher of that really throughout his career. Misses the second one as well. He must have the yips from the free throw line. Demonte Evans comes into the game. Stanley Christian as well. It's the first time we'll see him as a Bluefield College Ram, the 6'6" junior from Norfolk, Virginia, coming from the University of Rio Grande. Monte Evans produced for Bluefield, hitting some threes off of the bench. And Jeremiah Jenkins hits the last free throw. Finally for him, he says. 16-13 the score. Montreat leading by 3. 13:48 left to play in the first half. And the point guard in this possession will be Adam Riabi, adding some size to that position. He goes straight down the lane, pulls up from 11 feet and scores. Makes it 18-13, largest lead of the game for Montreat as the Rams have the ball back going right to left. Not trying to rush it, but you can see the sense of urgency starting to build for Bluefield. Naquan Cousins in the near corner, drives onto the left side of the paint, stumbles in the lane, no foul called, bounces top of the key, Jeremiah Jenkins. Crossover dribble, gives over at Stanley Christian at the free throw line. His jumper is too short and it's picked away by Montreat. Into the front court goes Jameel Wright for Montreat, passes Caraway near corner, returns right into the top of the key. Gets a screen, pulls up, now needs some help and passes into the far corner. Monte Evans defending him, going right down the right side of the lane, passes in the near corner, pump fake from Caraway, step back three, no good, off the front rim. Followed his own shot, spins it out to right in the left wing, drives inside, floater, rolls around the rim, no good. Pull down the rebound, Jones, turnaround layup, it's missed, picked up that shot and rolled it home. Montreat had about 4 shots in that possession, and John Davis finally got it to fall for Montreat. 7-point lead, Rams lost 94-68 to this team. They cannot afford to get down early. Stanley Christian at the free throw line, doesn't feel hot, passes right wing, Jeremiah Jenkins returns Christian. Long two on the way, no good, and Naquan Cousins couldn't dunk the ball back in on a putback. So instead, here comes Montreat in transition. Jameel Wright steps into a long three, rattles through, and now it is 23-13, 10-point lead for Montreat. Rams giving up a run to the Cavaliers, something they cannot afford to do. Brings us to our first break, 12-11 left to go. First half, Rams down by 10. Welcome back, everybody. 23-13 the score. Jeremiah Jenkins into the front court with the Rams down by 10, trying to axe this long run. Brandon Shields go down the line, lost his own dribble, passes top of the key. Evans pushes up a three. It's no good. Sexton tried to get the ball back for Bluefield, but instead the point guard for Montreat gets the ball back. Jameel Wright tight roping down the near sideline. Jeremiah Jenkins puts a hand up to try to D him up and fouls him outside of the perimeter. Will not be a shooting foul. It's the first foul called on Bluefield. Mind you, Montreat has already committed 4. So Jameel Wright will not go to the line for this one. Instead, it's a pass coming up from the far side from Adam Riabi. Passes right onto the far sideline. He's matched up one-on-one with Jeremiah Jenkins. Crossover dribble, found his way in the lane, lost his dribble, somehow got the layup to go. It was not pretty, but now it's a 12-point lead for Montreat. Rams searching for answers, going right to left as Damari Sexton pushes into the left wing. Jeremiah Jenkins screens for Jenkins now as he pulls up from the right elbow, returns Sexton near corner. Shimmy shake move, goes down the lane, hooks with a right hand and scores on a great layup to end that beautiful Montreat run. 25-15, Rams are down by 10. Trying not to be punished again by a Montreat team coming not so far outside of Asheville, North Carolina. And with it now, Eric Reed spins at the free throw line. His floater off the back iron, no good. Monte Evans finds his way for the rebound and gets fouled in the process. 5th foul on Montreat. So the Rams will have the ball back with 10:59 on the clock in the first half. Omega Stitt into the ball game for the first time. Jeremiah Jenkins goes to the bench. So the Rams running with the platoon of DeMonte Evans, Omega Stitt, Damari Sexton, Stanley Christian, and Brandon Shields, who we had seen in the starting lineup previously, sort of the spot-up three-point shooter for Bluefield College. Gets the handoff in the right wing and gives it right back to Monte Evans, top of the key. Evans drives right paint and fouled as he passed the ball off to Stanley Christian. It's a foul called on Eric Reed. So for Montreat leading by 10, they still have 6 fouls as opposed to Bluefield's 1. Next one sends the Rams to the line for a 1-and-1. Bounces into Damari Sexton, bullies it off of the window and scores on the inbounds play. Back down to a single-digit lead, 25-17. It's an 8-point lead as Adam Riabi passes him to the far side. Butler, he pulls up long left wing three, fouled as it goes off of the front rim. He'll go to the line to shoot 3. 10:32 left to play. And the first half of the 6'5 senior from Morganton, North Carolina, goes to the line to shoot 3 of them. First shot for Butler, pops in and out. Butler wearing number 22, looking at the left to right rim, trying to beat Bluefield for the second time this season, flicks the wrist and scores. So it ends up being a productive foul because he doesn't score all 3 of them. As Wes Ayers checks into the ball game, we did not see him on Saturday against Reinhardt in the win. 26-17 the score. So Richard Morgan going a bit deeper into the bench against Montreat. Third shot falls, so he hits 2 of 3. Now 27-17, back to a 10-point lead with 10.5 minutes to play in the first half. So Stanley Christian walks the ball across the timeline, returns Omega Stitt at the logo. Underhands Wes Ayers, deep right wing, passes top of the key to Monte Evans. Thought about the 3, instead overheads Omega Stitt in the left wing, spins in the block and scores. That's the prettiest play of the ball game as Omega Stitt didn't have space but created it on his own. 27-19 the score, an 8-point lead once again for Montreat. Into the near right wing, Eric Reed bounces right block to Jaja Davis, and he's fouled. Or he does the fouling, I should say. Pushed off on Stanley Christian. It's the 7th foul on Montreat, an offensive one at that, so the Rams will not go to the line, but they get the ball back. 10:01 on the clock. 7 fouls as opposed to 2. That's for Bluefield College. Omega Stitt calmly walking the ball up the floor, waiting on the defense of Eric Reed. Veers to the left, wants a screen from Stanley Christian. Instead, feeds Christian. Left block, puts it on the deck, passes top of the key. Brandon Shields pulls up from 16 feet off of the mark, no good, and it's pulled down by Montreat. Eric Reed outlets up right wing. Austin Butler transition 3. Yes, sir. 30-19. Largest lead of the game for Montreat. 11 points with 9.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Well, he was not scared to take that one. Even had a man in his face. 9:23 left to go. DeMonte Evans high dribbles, carries down the lane, hooks with a left hand and scores and 1. It's a good play for Bluefield to get rid of that double-digit lead. Now it's 30-21 with a chance to make it an 8-point lead with this free throw coming up. Evans shoots and misses, but Wes Ayers pulls down the offensive rebound. Brandon Shields has it back in the left wing, feeds to Monte Evans near corner 3, too hard, bouncing right into the hands of the point guard Terrell Sheffy. Terrell Sheffy coast to coast, whips it near side. Austin Butler 3, good. Inside out basketball to perfection for the Montreat Cavaliers, 33-21. That happened so quickly, and the Rams weren't able to get back on defense in time. Omega Stitt in the right wing, backs up, doesn't have that much defensive pressure, and hands it off Wes Ayers far corner. Ayers doesn't want it, passes top of the key, Stanley Christian. Christian matched up with a new big man in for Montreat. Passes into the left wing, Devontae Evans with 8 on the shot clock. Evans returns Christian, left wing 3, loaded up, front rim, no good. Rebounded by Terrell Sheffy. So now here they come, left to right. Terrell Sheffy pulls up top of the key, too short, into the hands of DeMonte Evans. Montreat wants to score quickly with these transition jumpers, and DeMonte Evans will try to change that. He looks for a step back instead, passes near corner. Brandon Shields feels left elbow, Stanley Christian, pump fake, going to the rack, and missed the dunk as it bounces into the student section. Rams wanted their highlight, could not get it there. But there's a lot of physicality, a lot of athleticism from Stanley Christian as he displayed there, trying to tomahawk it down. 33-21 the score. Montreat will walk the ball up. And Terrell Sheffy across the logo. trying to get the Rams fans into it. Sheffy and this team leading by 12 against Bluefield. Austin Butler makes it a 15-point lead. He is fired up, 36-21 the score. Rams have not had an answer for Austin Butler in the last few minutes, the 6'5 senior. Wes Ayers underhands to Monte Evans, puts it on the deck. He shoots for three and gets the lead right back to 12, 36-24. Rams trying to get DeMonte Evans out. He is a confident shooter at this point as Sheffy passes top of the arc to the new man in, Shaquille Evans. He feeds left baseline, and this man goes reverse layup to the rack as Victor Chiona. 38-24, a 14-point lead for Montreat. Both teams scoring very quickly in their possessions. DeMonte Evans gets fouled at the left elbow, and they will call that a shooting foul. Look, the 8th foul of the game on Montreat on Terrell Sheffy. And it looked like Evans wanted to pass the ball off, but as he was going down, made it look like a shot enough that he gets a couple of free throws. His first one bounces off the rim and the window and goes out. 38-24, Rams down by 14 points. Brandon Shields checks out of the ball game. Jeremiah Jenkins back in. Omega Stitt also out as Damari Sexton finds his way into the game. So DeMonte Evans has started to be the big offensive contributor in the last couple of minutes for Bluefield. 38-25 the score, 7:17 left to play in the first half. Montreat confidently leading at this point as they carry the ball left to right. One arm feed down right block. Chiona passes far corner. Austin Butler shoots. He was behind the backboard, and the ball hit the side of the backboard and went out of the baseline. Butler tried to serve the ball back in, but stepped out of bounds in the process. So the Rams get the ball back down by 13, 7:05 remaining in the first half. Bluefield needs a run to at least go into halftime confidently. Wes Ayers passes far corner to Mari Sexton. Sexton with a left-handed dribble, switches arms and loops it right baseline. Stanley Christian drives under the basket, hooks with the right hand, nothing but net. That was a good play for Stanley Christian. 38-27 the score. It's an 11-point ball game. Some applause from the Rams fans, smattering of the red bleachers. Terrell Sheffy in front of Richard Morgan in the near corner, gets the pump fake, easily drives down the lane and scores on the finger roll. 40-27. Montreat has just looked quicker than Bluefield so far, and the Rams haven't been able to answer defensively. Mari Sexton, entry lob, left block. Stanley Christian has a slow pivot, pulls up, misses, and Wes Ayers can't get the rebound back. So the defensive rebound goes into the hands of Shaquille Evans with a 13-point lead. Montreat up, step back three from Sheffy, way too hard, rebounded by Stanley Christian, back into the hands of Bluefield in the white jerseys. Mari Sexton running the point all by himself, trying to score quickly, goes into the lane, scores the and one. Left side with the right hand, Rams take the basket, 40-29 with a chance to make this a 10-point game. Whistle blown, and Garrett Jones has called a timeout. 6:01 remaining first half, 40-29, Bluefield down by 11. Welcome back, everybody. 40-29 the score. Rams leading or down by 11, but now leading into an and one play. Damari Sexton caps off the old-fashioned three-point play as he hits the free throw to make it 40-30. Rams have trailed by as much as 12 so far. Now down by 10. Jeremiah Jenkins back into the game, as is Naquan Cousins. Cousins defensively matched up with the 6'5 Shaquille Evans. Jamil Wright, the point guard, with Jeremiah Jenkins. Jenkins wanted to look like he got out of his screen there. Passes near side for Shaquille Evans. Tries right baseline. He's blocked by Naquan Cousins, but Shiona picked up the pieces after the block and laid it in easily. 42-30, a 12-point lead once more for Montreat. Rams trying to cut back into that with 5.5 minutes to play in the first half. Pass into the right elbow, Sexton from Stevens. He whips it near corner. Cousins loops up a shot. Swish. See if they count it as a three. 42-33 now the score. The Rams are down by 9 after the three from Jeremiah Jenkins. So now only 17 points away from point number 1,000 as Naquan Cousins goes through the legs of Terrell Sheffy to get the ball back, forces a tie-up, and the Rams have the possession arrow. Ben Grove, wearing number 24, goes in for Stanley Christian, with the first glimpses as a Bluefield College Ram can produce with his athleticism and his ability to be able to take the long shot. 5:08 left to play in the first half. Jeremiah Jenkins eyeing to cut this lead down a little bit more. 42-33, his three, top of the key, counted for Bluefield. 42-36, all of a sudden it's a 6-point game. 4:50 left to go in the first half. Terrell Sheffy on a crossover dribble gets a screen from Austin Butler and pops it back to Butler. Butler pivots, shoots, and misses from long range. Loose ball corralled by Damari Sexton. Rams trying to capitalize. Pass down low. Left block hooked with the right hand. Stevens, no good. Ben Grove can't stick it back with a right hand, and Montreat has the ball back just after that. 4.5 minutes left to go. Sheffy confidently gallivants in the lane. He's fouled, but he was blocked by Naquan Cousins. So it's no shot. And that's only the third foul on Bluefield. The Rams are in the double bonus at the moment because Montreat's next foul will be their 10th. So that's not a shooting foul. Adam Riabi into the game once more to pass from the right side of the hoop. 4:29 left to play first half. Rams are down by 6. Riabi looks to aim the ball inside. Instead, lobs it up to Jamil Wright, who pulls it down with one arm at the logo. Passes near side, Sheffy. Entry lob to Adam Shiona. Shiona, pulls the ball back, looks with a long two. Air ball, and Damari Sexton has the rebound. Going down the far baseline, down by 6. His pass loose and stolen away. Here comes Terrell Sheffy, one-on-one to the hoop. Clean block from Damari Sexton, and the Rams will have to go back defensively after Damari Sexton made a great defensive play, making up for the ball he gave away on the turnover. 4:08 left to go. Stanley Christian into the game. Damari Sexton goes out. After the turnover, Richard Morgan yanks him out of the game even after he got the block. Terrell Sheffy passes Shiona right wing. He gives on top of the key for Austin Butler. Butler with a right arm dribble, drives inside, and a charge drawn by Ben Grove to give Bluefield the ball right back with 3:58 left to play in the first half. Rams certainly needed that. Montreat chilling out a bit after shooting lights out from 3 to start this first half. Once again, the kids must have homework tonight that have the mop duty, and the mop is now broken. So we're going to be wiping that up with the dish rag by the end of the game. Add that to something else we need on the budget. You could hear the snap from up here. And a few of the laughs after. Stanley Christian rolls the ball in for Jeremiah Jenkins to conserve time with 3:58 left to play in the first half. Rams are down by 6 as a crowd accumulates inside of the dome. Jeremiah Jenkins wants help and passes over Stevens. Stevens returns Jenkins top of the key, gives back to Stevens, trading the ball around. Gets a screen, Stevens drives right paint, passes far corner. Cousins jumps for 3, off the mark, no good. Stanley Christian volleyballs the ball off of the window, and it's pulled down by Shiona. Here comes Montreat. Austin Butler drives right baseline, draws possession or draws some contact on the right block, and gets fouled. It's on Naquan Cousins. And it is a shooting foul, so Austin Butler goes to the line to try to add to this 6-point lead. So far, 2 of 3 from the line. Sharpshooter looks at the rim, flicks it up, and scores on a line drive to make it 43-36. Monte Evans back into the ball game. This is a good lineup right now for Bluefield with Evans, Ben Grove. Now what we can see out of Stanley Christian, a little bit more size for Bluefield as Butler hits both free throws and makes it 44-36. Timeout called by Richard Morgan. It's a full one with 3:31 left to play in the first half. The Rams trail by 8 to the Montreat Cavaliers. (44-36), Rams trail by 8 after the pair of free throws hit by Austin Butler. Stanley Christian turns the ball left wing, DeMonte Evans. Evans fakes the one-handed pass and gives back on the logo, Jeremiah Jenkins. 3:15 left to play in the first half, trading the ball around the guards, now inside of the perimeter. Stanley Christian loops the ball down left block. Ben Grove, he was under the basket, lost the ball. Turnover back into the hands of Jameel Wright. He passes left wing. Austin Butler turns around on Naquan Cousins, feeds Riabi. Right wing three, good. That puts Montreat back up by double digits in the blink of an eye after Bluefield had cut it back down to a 6-point game. It is 47-36 with 2:50 left to play in the first half. Not a lot of urgency for the Rams right now. Looking to get the outside shots. They have not been open to do so. Stanley Christian on a pump fake, dribbles left baseline, goes to the rim, goes off the window, and after that shot misses, he will go to the line for two. So the Rams, this will be their last home game for a week. They're going to be right back here on Wednesday against Allen, but they go on the road over the weekend to Truett McConnell, a team they have been able to beat in the past. First shot for Christian, back iron, and clonks off of that flange, connecting the rim and the window. 47-36, the score stays. Ben Grove goes to the bench. Brandon Shields back in. Christian hits the second of two free throws, back down to a 10-point game, 47-37. Right side, Terrell Sheffy bounces top of the key. Rams have hung around. Now a wide open player down low. It's Jameel Wright. He missed the layup, and that stick back is blocked away by DeMonte Evans. So it goes out of bounds, 2:24 left to go. So in the first half, Riabi from the right baseline just pumps the ball way up in the air. Jumping catch made by Terrell Sheffy. Matched up with Jeremiah Jenkins. Scurries to the left in the wing. Picks his ball back up. Returns it Adam Riabi. Matched up with Brandon Shields. Riabi bullet pass left side for Sheffy. Drives left baseline. Bounces near corner. Long two on the way. Nothing but net for Shiona. 49-37. 12-point lead. 2 minutes left to go. Rams going back into the front court. Naquan Cousins passes Jeremiah Jenkins left wing. Pulls up for a long two. Off the rim, no good. Naquan Cousins with the putback, can't stick it. Christian, he misses the rebound. Now goes back for another shot. Naquan Cousins on the fourth try gets it to go from the left block. So still on his way to 1,000 points. 49-39. Rams are down by 10. With a minute and a half to go, into the front court goes Jameel Wright. He's fouled. Fifth foul on Bluefield. So Montreat will not go to the line for this. Jemiah Jenkins, after committing the foul, goes to the bench, much to his own chagrin. Jameel Wright gets a screen, top of the key, drives down the paint. Euro step, beautiful layup. 51-39. Montreat racking up the points here in the first half with a minute 20 left to play. Omega stick goes right down the logo. Monte Evans sets up in the left wing and gets the ball. Trades it back up to his point guard. Rams haven't shot a three in a while as Omega Stitt passes into the far side. Brandon Shields, ball is tipped in the air, pulled back down by Omega Stitt. Just pass near corner to Monte Evans. He tries his luck from three and scores. 51-42. It's a 9-point game with 55 seconds left to play before halftime. Bluefield needed that. It will be sort of a win if they go into the locker room only down by single digits. Jameel Wright gives back to Austin Butler, cuts inside the lane, right-handed layup. He missed but fouled. Look, the foul on Stanley Christian. Sixth foul for Bluefield with 42.1 seconds just left to go before the half. So now the next foul will send Montreat to the line no matter what in a 1-and-1. Rams are already in the double bonus. Butler, the main free throw shooter tonight for Montreat, shoots and swirls that one home. 52-42 the score, a 10-point lead for the Montreat Cavaliers, eyeing their 13th win of the season. Bluefield trying to get their third win in a row. Butler hits both free throws. 53-42. Naquan Cousins, Omega Stitt, Stanley Christian, Damari Sexton, and Brandon Shields all into the game. 42, now 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Omega Stitt wants a cutter inside, and Naquan Cousins retreats into the right wing. Sexton has it in the left wing, returns it back up top. Omega Stitt with 30 seconds left to go. Brandon Shields in the far corner, doesn't get separation for three, and gives over to Naquan Cousins. Cousins on a crossover, underhands back to Shields' right wing. Shields spins it left side for Damari Sexton. 7 on the shot clock. Sexton spins, shoots, and the putback dunk goes for Bluefield's best dunker. Cousins gets Bluefield back within single digits, 53-44. 13.1 seconds left to go in the first half. The stick-back dunk for Naquan Cousins. Only a 9-point game at the moment. Not a lot of defense for both teams in this first half. Montreat, you can do the quick math, obviously on pace for scoring more than 100 points in this ball game. 8 seconds remaining and counting. Wright has it in the far left wing. It's a Butler screen, 4 seconds. Now at 3, Wright goes inside, lost the ball, pumps up a prayer. No good after pressure from Stanley Christian. So after the dunk, the Rams go into the locker room only down by 9, 53-44 on at half between Montreat and Bluefield College. Back at halftime, everybody. Welcome back. And Bluefield College down by 9 after storming back. Montreat leads in this one 53-44, just about 3 minutes from the start of the second half. Bluefield College's Naquan Cousins looking for point number 1,000. He is 13 points away from getting that mark. He is second in Bluefield scoring right now. Damari Sexton with 11, 9 points for DeMonte Evans, all of them coming from threes. As for Montreat, 15 points leading the way. Austin Butler, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc and 6 of 7 at the free throw line. That is how the guard has been able to score. Montreat is nearly scoring, or it's nearly shooting 60%. They are 63% from beyond the arc. The Rams just shooting 44% and 50%, 5 of 10 from beyond the perimeter. So when Bluefield College gets back looking for revenge, 94-68 was the score the last time these two teams squared off down in North Carolina. Rams trying to split the series and come back when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. 53-44, a 9-point lead for Montreat as they have the ball going right to left this time. Terrell Sheffy one-arms the pass to the leading scorer, Austin Butler. Bounces right block to the big man, shoots with his left hand and scores. That's Jaja Davis getting the half started off well, 55-44. Just like that, right back up to a double-digit lead inside of a packed but quiet Dome Gymnasium. 19:35 left to go in the first half. Jeremiah Jenkins with a couple of fouls, passes to Damari Sexton, who gives back up top to Paris Stevens. Stevens bounces free throw line. Naquan Cousins, who needs 13 points, drives inside, shoots from short, misses, ball swatted out of bounds, and the ball goes right back to Montreat. So the Rams only shooting 44%. Montreat has been able to score at will, shooting 59%, including 64% from beyond the arc. Terrell Sheffy now down the near sideline, switches it up onto the right far, or the right wing, passes onto the left side for Shaquille Evans. Evans matched up with Damari Sexton, picks up the ball and passes free throw line. Jaja Davis with a stiff arm goes down the lane and rattles in another layup. He has scored the first 4 points of the second half, 57-44, 13-point lead for the Montreat Cavaliers. Bluefield College looking for a way to fight back in this ball game. Off to a slow start so far this second half. Paris Stevens misses a layup, shoots it back on the stick back, swatted out of bounds, and it's Bluefield College ball. Paris Stevens with a couple of ugly shots, but you gotta admire the tenacity to go back with his stick back. 18:40 left to go in the ball game. For a pass on the right side of the hoop. Maya Jenkins hands it, or gets the ball on the handoff. Trying to pass it inside to Damari Sexton. He was wide open. That's the second time that inbounds play has worked, and Bluefield almost missed the opportunity. Shiona fell asleep and then got back after Jeremiah Jenkins had a bit of a delay. 57-46 the score, a layup fouled. Jaja Davis was going for his third basket of the second half. Now he will go to the line for a couple. 57-46. Rams 3 games under 500 right now at 8-11, also 6-7 in the AAC, but they find a way to come back. This is their third win in a row. Davis bends the knee, shoots, swirls that ball through the 10. 58-46, 12-point lead for the Montreat Cavaliers, coming not too far from Asheville, North Carolina. Also, here the home of the late Billy Graham. Second shot is missed, and Stanley Christian pulls down the board in the left block. Here comes Bluefield going left to right. Paris Stevens on high dribbles, kicks it out near corner. Damari Sexton drives right baseline, finds separation, and fouled as he jumped to the rim. Jaja Davis booked for the foul, and Damari Sexton goes to the line. Sexton led all Bluefield scorers with 11 in the first half. He was 1 of 1 at the free throw line, had an and 1. Now he's 2 of 2. 58-47 the score, back down to an 11-point deficit. Rams need a win like this, especially after losing to Montreat 94-68. They have hung around, just need a good run. They cut it down to a 6-point lead late in the second half, or in the first half, but Damari Sexton hits both shots to make it once again a 10-point game. 18:15 left to go. Terrell Sheffy into the left wing, sprinting there, puts on the brakes and passes top of the key for Shaquille Evans. Evans and Damari Sexton battling it out on the logo. Austin Butler gets the ball right in front of the Bluefield College student section. 18 minutes left to go in the game. Austin Butler, step back, long three, back iron, bounces on the far sideline, thrown back in, driving down the baseline, reverse layup, it's good for Shaquille Evans. What a pass from Jaja Davis as that ball was going out of bounds. He served it back in, and the easy layup made it 60-48. 12-point lead. Jeremiah Jenkins calls out for an offense as he passes right wing to Damari Sexton. He spins down the right baseline, now in a double team. Out of the trap, passes under the basket. Paris Stevens, and 1. Did not have the right angle at all, but he got the basket to fall anyway after the foul is booked on Shaquille Evans. 10-point ball game with a chance to make it 9 here with a free throw coming up. Stevens flicks the wrist, his free throw no good. So now back with Montreat, 60-50 the score. They're still operating with a 10-point lead. Austin Butler, left wing, Paris Stevens on him in the man-to-man. Butler almost slipped and passed into the right wing for Shaquille Evans. Evans backs up, penetrates in, spins right block, right-handed layup, no good. Off the backboard, still loose. Evans has it, puts it back on the deck, fadeaway shot off the back iron, loose under the basket, and Stanley Christian got the defensive rebound after 3 tries at the hoop from Montreat in that possession. Bounces it back, Jeremiah Jenkins, far wing. Now he penetrates inside, goes for the right block, passes out left wing. Stanley Christian swirls in and out, no good. Rebound, Naquan Cousins goes up for 2. He missed. Damari Sexton and all their offensive board and gets fouled. Sloppy basketball for both teams in the paint, but now Bluefield goes to the line for a couple. Damari Sexton trying to add some points at the free throw line. Sexton, wearing number 5, shoots nothing but net. If the Rams don't leave points at the free throw line, then Montreat has a good habit of fouling them. They put Bluefield in the double bonus in the first half. Rams can come back a little bit easier than what they saw in the first half. 16:43 left to go in the game. 60-51 the score, a 9-point deficit as Sexton flicks the wrist and goes 2 of 2 at the line in that trip. 8-point lead. Rams get back on defense. Naquan Cousins gets subbed out, still looking for that magic 13 points he needs to get to career 1,000. 16.5 minutes remain. Passing in the near side for Caraway. Caraway skates at top of the key and underhands Riabi into the right wing. Gets a screen, instead passes the ball logo for Caraway. 13 on the shot clock. Caraway dribbles right wing. Matched up with Damari Sexton. Crossover dribble. Now 8 on the shot clock. Caraway backs up some more. Hands it off Sheffy. 5 on the shot clock. Sheffy top of the key. Returns Caraway right wing. With a shot clock running down. Shot at the buzzer. It's good off of the glass. Was not a good-looking possession for Montreat, but it counts for 2 anyway after Caraway got the bank to be open on that shot, 62-52. 16 minutes left to go in the game. Paris Stevens fresh off an and one. Passes top of the key to Monte Evans, who can get it done from beyond the arc. Stanley Christian in the far corner, puts the ball back on the ground and passes left wing to Damari Sexton. Spins in the lane, fade away, nothing but net. Sexton turning it up for Bluefield College, and that's something that Richard Morgan really wanted him to do out of the beginning of the season when we talked at Applebee's. 62-54, 8-point game. Whistle blows, a foul called on Bluefield. So an 8-point game, whistle and the buzzer blows for Jameel Wright to go back in, the freshman point guard from Atlanta. Only the second foul on Bluefield, 15:35 to play. Inbounds play, far corner 3, air ball. It's high and tipped out of bounds off of the hands of Riabi. So Bluefield College has the ball back, down by 8. This is a big possession here. They were able to cut down the lead to 6 in the first half. Now if they have the ball right back, they can maybe do it with 5 here if they're able to sink a triple. Maya Jenkins in the right wing, hard dribbles, passes top of the key to Monte Evans. Evans tries his luck down low, passes far baseline. He gives to Stevens. Stevens feeds Sexton, who skies to the rim, and he is on fire. 62-56 after the hook shot goes. 15 minutes left to play in this ball game. Bluefield College has cut the lead that has reached 13 down to 6. Jameel Wright left wing with Jeremiah Jenkins. Here's a switch. Paris Stevens picks him up. Jameel Wright from the free throw line. Step back, 15-footer. It's perfect. 64-56, 8-point lead. Rams in transition. Paris Stevens near corner. Slows it down, waits for help, and has a chest pass at the logo for Bluefield's Jeremiah Jenkins. Monte Evans in the left wing. He tries inside again, gets fouled. Rams trying to rack up the fouls. That's the 4th one on Montreat. Obviously not a shooting foul. He never got a shot off. Jaja Davis back into the game, joined by Eric Reed wearing number 11. Giona goes out, as does Austin Butler. Rams only down by 8. Maya Jenkins ready to serve the ball into the playing court from the left side of the hoop. Passes far corner. Stanley Christian drives left baseline, spins on Jaja Davis, feeds down low to Paris Stevens. What a pass from Christian, and what a finish from Stevens. Back down to a 6-point game again, 64-58. Bluefield College down by 2 possessions. Jameel Wright, left-handed dribbles, goes into the wing, passes Eric Reed, bounces left block Jaja Davis, spins in the lane, and one with the layup. He has had one heck of a second half as he shadow boxes the stanchion that allows the hoops to stand up, 66-58. So Davis looking to complete the and one here with 14:09 left to go. Pumps it back, misses the free throw, rebound Stanley Christian. Christian almost pickpocketed by Jameel Wright, picked up the dribble and gave it over to Jeremiah Jenkins. Jenkins has it left wing, gets a screen from Christian. Passes right wing, Damari Sexton sees a lane, tries it, misses the layup, offensive rebound, Paris Stevens. Returns it out left wing, Jenkins feeds to Monte Evans, corner 3, count it for Bluefield. 66-61, it's a 5-point game. Timeout Richard Morgan. We got ourselves a ball game at the Dome. Bluefield has cut the big lead down to 5 here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. A Rams rally has propelled them back within 5 points, and now they go full court press off of the make and the timeout. Jameel Wright in a man-to-man, matched with Jeremiah Jenkins. 13:40 left to go, trying to get it across the timeline, does with a second to spare. Jameel Wright into the left wing. Jeremiah Jenkins still swarming him. Adam Riabi lobs down low. John Davis rejected with two hands from Naquan Cousins. Back into the game and making a difference. 66-61, Omega Stitt into the ball game for Bluefield. Jeremiah Jenkins hands off to Monte Evans, goes inside, shoots off the glass. Yes, sir. 66-63. Three-point game. The run continues for Bluefield College. Jameel Wright in the right wing trying to stall this Bluefield run. Passes far corner with a new man in now for Montreat. That's Caraway. Eric Reed now in the left wing. Gets the pass from Adam Riabi. Step back. Entry lob in. Jaja Davis spins on Naquan Cousins. Misses the shot. Rebound Demonte Evans. 66-63. Bluefield College down by 3 points. Damari Sexton thought about the long two. Thought about it again. Missed the shot. Followed it. Now goes to the rim. He scores. 1 point ball game. Offensive rebounds racking up for Bluefield, and the second chance points have been the difference in this run. 1 point ball game. At the logo, Adam Riabi passes left wing Eric Reed. Reed launches a step back tray, which quiets the Bluefield bench. He hit it. 69-65. Rams going back with it left to right. Can't be discouraged after how well they have been playing offensively, but defensively it has allowed them to get back into the game. Jeremiah Jenkins has it in the left wing, splits the defense, shoots a fadeaway, off the glass, no good. Rebound to Damari Sexton, can't roll the ball back in with his right hand. Pops out to Jameel Wright, back with a 4-point lead with 11:55 left to play. Montreat. Adam Riabi has it in the left wing on a pump fake, scurries inside, passes off Jaja Davis, slams it down. 71-65. 6-point lead right after it was just a 1-point game moments ago. Naquan Cousins passes into the left side. Jeremiah Jenkins feeds it right wing to Monte Evans at the free throw line. Returns Jenkins, feeds Cousins, far corner three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Caraway. 11:25 left to go in this ball game. Montreat starting to heat back up again offensively. Eric Reed tried inside, goes back out into the right wing. Passes top of Riabi. Riabi feeds near side for Caraway. Caraway getting tugged on by Demonte Evans. Passes right wing. Eric Reed misses the three. Back iron, no good. Jeremiah Jenkins outlets up to Demonte Evans. Lost the ball off his shoe and retreats back out for help, which was the smart idea after he misplaced the dribble. 71-65, 10:55 left to go. Rams cut it down to a 1-point game, now back down by 6. Omega Stitt passes inside, and Damari Sexton tripped up by Jameel Wright. Shot clock had ran all the way down to 12. That's the 5th foul on Montreat. It'll be an inbounds play for Bluefield. Brandon Shields back into the ball game. We'll have to see if he's able to shoot threes to give Bluefield a fighting chance in the second half. Remember last year when Montreat was here, the Rams fought all the way back to get that game into overtime on a late Jeremiah Jenkins three. It looks like this could be a close game in the final 11 minutes as well. Jeremiah Jenkins gives Cousins, underhands back to Jenkins. Jenkins at the left elbow, underhands back to Cousins left wing. 15 on the shot clock. Cousins had no space to go inside and gives it back to Omega Stitt, top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Omega Stitt retreats back at the logo. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up for a prayer. Good! We hadn't seen Omega Stitt shoot all ball game from beyond the arc. 71-68. 3-point game with Montreat back with the ball. Jameel Wright going right to left, goes right wing, found some space, floats it up for the layup, no good, and a foul called on the offensive rebound. Shiona was getting tugged a bit, and he had an open lane to stick that one back in. And it's on Omega Stitt. It ends up being a productive foul because Shiona was going to make that shot. And he won't, I'll actually call that on the floor, so it's not a shooting foul. Riabi from the right side. Actually, that's Butler back in. Either way, Sheffy has the ball now. The point guard drives right baseline. Passes to right in the left wing. Returns top of the key. Eric Reed goes straight down the lane. Floats it up and in with a left hand. 73-68. It's a 5-point deficit. Montreat leading over Bluefield College. The Rams have trailed by as little as one in the second half. Naquan Cousins passes top of the arc for Jeremiah Jenkins. Jenkins out of the man-to-man defense, goes right baseline, fadeaway jumper. Yes, sir. Once a foul called, he won't get it. 73-70, back to a one-possession ball game. Shot starting to fall for Bluefield and an offensive foul. Austin Butler on a moving screen. So the Rams get the ball back down by 3. 9:43 left to go in this one. The packed crowd inside of a hot dome gymnasium. Bluefield eyeing their third win in a row, looking for momentum as they maneuver their way through an AAC schedule in January of 2020. Monte Evans, top of the arc, drives inside, left-handed layup. He can't hit it. Naquan Cousins couldn't get the rebound, and Shiona on the defensive rebound stumbled, and they will call it travel every time. Rams fans getting back into it. 9:25 left to go. Rams need somebody to throw it in. Jeremiah Jenkins was going to do so. Now picks it up, passes left wing, Omega Stitt. Stitt at the NAIA logo, calls off Jeremiah Jenkins, wants to get a screen from Naquan Cousins, gets a new command from Richard Morgan, goes down the lane, he's fouled. Well, they call that a shooting foul. As he went down, he chucked up a prayer, and a foul is booked on Jameel Wright. Rams are only down by 3 with 9:17 left to play. And it will be a shooting foul for Omega Stitt. Stitt had only attempted one shot in the entire first half, and he buried a big three-pointer moments ago. Now he has a chance to cut this down to a one-point game again. Stitt bends the knees, shoots, and scores. So it was a 1-and-1. In the front end, he hits, so now he has a chance at the second here. 73-71. Clock is halted in front of a packed Bluefield crowd at 9:17. Stitt bends the knees, shoots. We got ourselves a one-point ball game once more, 73-72. Terrell Sheffy loops the ball up for Jameel Wright in the near corner. Out of a trap, returns Sheffy deeper in the left wing. Sheffy on a right-handed dribble, whips it out right side for Austin Butler, returns top of the key. Eric Reed. Every time Bluefield College has gotten back into the ball game, Eric Reed has something else to say about it. Big tray hit by the guard for Montreat. Timeout called by the Cavaliers, and the Rams trail by 4, but we got ourselves a better ball game. 9:03 left to go, 76-72. Welcome back, everyone. 76-72 the score. The Rams down by 4. They've cut it down to a one-point game twice after they have trailed by as much as 13 in the second half. 8:58 left to go. Brandon Shields has it in the far corner, spins it top of the key. Omega Stitt. Stitt, the point guard, wearing number 23, returns it for Brandon Shields on the left wing. 8:50 left to play. Naquan Cousins back with the ball in the right wing. He hasn't scored yet in the second half. He gives him to the left wing. Omega Stitt bounces left elbow. Stanley Christian stutter step, lets it fly from 14. No good. Trying to follow his own shot and gets called. Excuse me. Wow. They call a foul on Shiona. We're shocked up here as well. Victor Shiona not happy that he is booked with the 8th foul of the second half on Montreat. And Garrett Jones, the head coach of Montreat in his 5th season, wants a quick moment to confirm this with the officials. 8:37 left to go, and it is a 1-1 situation. Stanley Christian playing in his first game for Bluefield. Looking at the rim, wearing number 13, front end of a 1-1 on the flick of the wrist here. Got it. 76-73. 8:37 left to go. Inside of the dome, Rams have rallied back in the second half. Shoots again with the right hand. Good. Good from both of the 1-1. 76-74 the score. Brandon Shields exits the ball game. Damari Sexton, who was instrumental in getting the Rams back into this game, also back into the hard court for Bluefield College. 8:30 left to go in the game. Terrell Sheffy, crossover dribble down the logo, passes far side. Jameel Wright jumps for the triple. No good from the right wing, and this time we'll see a foul booked on Stanley Christian. Got hooked in on Victor Shiona. That's turning into a good battle down low between the fives. And it's the 5th foul on Bluefield. Austin Butler going to throw this in. He was so big in the first half. 15 points, held scoreless so far in the second. Butler, no-look dish on the right side. Eric Reed lost the ball, picked it back up after his missed shot. Another offensive rebound for Shiona. Spins it back out. Sheffy, left wing three, rattles it in. 79-74. Second chance points have been the story in this game for both teams. 5-point lead for the Montreat Cavaliers. Omega Stitt down by 5. Bluefield has yet to lead in this game except for the beginning on the first basket. Damari Sexton pulls up left elbow, 15-footer too hard. Stanley Christian offensive rebound, pivots for space, jumps for 2. Count it for Bluefield. 79-76. 3-point game once again. Montreat ready to run in transition. Jameel Wright off a chest pass from Sheffy, gives it right back to his point guard in the right wing. 7:35 left to go. Sheffy backs up near the student section, drives baseline with a shoulder down, anchors it down to Shiona in the near corner. Doesn't like what he sees and goes around the perimeter. Austin Butler, there's his second half points. Right wing three falls for the shooting guard. 82-76, and just like that, it's a 6-point game once more. Jeremiah Jenkins in the right wing gets a Christian screen, pulls up free throw line. Yes! 82-78, a 4-point game. Both teams not really given that much of a chance of this game to let it breathe here, but that's the way we like it. High-scoring game. 6:58 left to go in this one. Sheffy lobs it back up. Austin Butler, left wing. Naquan Cousins on him. Butler goes inside, tried the step back, instead hands it off. Eric Reed dribbles left baseline, fouled on the layup attempt with 7 on the shot clock. Well, Stanley Christian not excited about that foul call. And Richard Morgan telling him to calm down a little bit. They're going to need him for the rest of this game. With 6:54 left to go. Lots of scoring in this one. Bluefield College scored 83 in the win against Reinhardt and only gave up 75 points. Oh, with 6:44 left to go, Montreat has surpassed that. 82 points in this one. And a chance to make it 84 with a couple of shots from Eric Reed, who has been dialed in the second half. Left-handed shooter lobs it up, front rim miss. (82-78). Eric Reed's pivotal threes have allowed Montreat to keep the lead in the second half. Left-handed shooter fires again. Good. 82-78 turns to 83-78. 5-point lead. 6:40 left to go in the first, or in the second half, I should say. Naquan Cousins underhands Jeremiah Jenkins. Heavy dribbles, goes to the left elbow. One arms it past Ben Grove, kicks it back out. Right wing three. Omega Stitt, no good. Lobbed in the air off the tip from Sexton and rebounded by Jaja Davis, who had a heck of a start in the second half to begin it. Eric Reed cuts down left side, shoots with a left hand and one. That's a big bucket for Montreat. 85-78 with a free throw coming up, a 7-point lead with 6:18 left to go in this one. Reed to make it an 8-point game. Can't do it. Rebounded by Ben Grove. 85-78 the score. Damari Sexton in the near wing, underhand Jeremiah Jenkins. He threads it over into the near corner. Naquan Cousins held scoreless in the second half, and he won't get a bucket there after he dribbles it off of his shoe. Monte Evans into the game. Naquan Cousins goes out. Richard Morgan wanted him to drive inside. 6:06 left to go. 85-78 Bluefield had cut it down to 73-72. Look at this run for Montreat. Terrell Sheffy high steps the ball across midcourt. Gets a screen right wing, passes far corner. Eric Reed fires a three. He's so good in this second half for Montreat. 88-78. 10-point game again. Jeremiah Jenkins off the screen from the free throw line. Lobs it up from 18 feet. That'll keep the Rams in it. It's good and one. 88-80 with a chance to make this one another 7-point game. 5:40 left to go in this one. Jenkins, who has faltered at the free throw line, misses again. 88-80, 5:35 left to go in the ball game. Montreat is led by as much as 13 and as little as 1, but they have not given up the lead as Jameel Wright dribbles the ball. Looked like it went off of his own body. Instead, it's deemed that the ball was off of Ben Grove. So an inbounds pass coming up on the near sideline from Austin Butler. Butler has Sexton in his face. Wants to try to feed the ball in. Passes. It's tipped back into the hands of Butler from Damari Sexton. Butler goes inside, floats and misses. Loose ball under the basket. Corralled by DeMonte Evans on the far side. Evans passes the ball up to Maya Jenkins across the timeline. 88-80, 8-point game as Jenkins backs it up into the right wing. Fires a three. Yes! It's a 5-point game again as Jeremiah Jenkins starts to dial in from beyond the arc. 88-83, 5 minutes flat left to go. Timeout called by Montreat. 4:58 left to play. Bluefield College keeping it close on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Back inside of the dome, 88-83. Montreat leads by 5, just a measly 5 after leading by as much as 13. Rams have cut it down to 1, 2 points in the second half. Eric Reed with a chest pass to Jameel Wright. Flings it out into the corner. Austin Butler, 8 on the shot clock. Eric Reed bouncing all the way back, passes left side for Terrell Sheffy, gives back to Reed. He fires it over on a pass for Austin Butler, misses at the buzzer. Offensive rebound, can't get there from Paris Stevens now, forces a tie-up. Richard Morgan wanted a timeout, and Bluefield College won't even have to waste a timeout. They get the ball back on a tie-up. And now the officials look like there's some sweat on the floor and our mop is broken, so now we got to get out a towel and just move it around with our foot. The year is 2020, and the brooms still aren't good enough for the mops. 4:30 left to play. Ben Grove out of the ball game. Naquan Cousins right back in, scoreless in the second half. He needs 13 points to get to his mark of 1,000 career points at Bluefield College, just in his third year, but a senior after 1 year at a junior college down in North Carolina. Maya Jenkins and the Rams trail by 5. Paris Stevens in the right wing, drives down the right block, muscles for space, goes up and packed by Jaja Davis. Well, he had a full palm on that ball as it went off for the baseline. 4:18 left to go. 19 on the shot clock. Bluefield has plenty of time as the players stack up at the free throw line. Jemiah Jenkins flings the ball into the top of the key. DeMonte Evans had a second, shoots for 3, no good. Naquan Cousins can't stick the putback and lost the ball. Jaja Davis has another defensive rebound and a big one with 4:08 left to play. Jameel Wright trying to milk the clock down, walks it near the logo. Bluefield College really can't do anything about this. They just have to hope he misses. Jameel Wright at the left elbow, backs up, wants some space, and underhands it over to Austin Butler. Shoots a long 3 and gets fouled. That is a bad foul for Damari Sexton, and Richard Morgan knows it because Butler was on the surface of Pluto when he shot that ball, and he missed. So now to the line for 3, and a chance to make this an 8-point game with 3:52 left to go. Butler relatively quiet in the second half, does have 1 3. Shoots the first of 3 free throws and swishes the first one. 89-83, 6-point game. 3:52 left to go. Second of 3, shakes the shoulder, shoots, line drive right through the net. 90-83 the score. .352 on the clock. Butler goes 3 of 3 in that trip to the line. 91-83 the score. Damari Sexton goes out. Bluefield College with 8 fouls in the second half. Montreat with 9. 3:50 and counting as Jemiah Jenkins goes across the timeline down by 8. Naquan Cousins passes near corner Paris Stevens. Stevens on a left-handed dribble, gives at the top of the key. DeMonte Evans steps into a tray, back iron miss. Paris Stevens tries to swat the ball back in, instead gets the offensive rebound off of the miss. Kicks it over to Monte Evans. He tries again for 3, gets it to go in. 91-86 after the make, a 3-pointer that Bluefield desperately needed. 5-point game, 3:20 left to play. Left-handed dribble, Terrell Sheffy scurries back top of the key. DeMonte Evans bumps him, no foul. Passes left side, Austin Butler overheads a 3, he missed again. Jaja Davis swats the ball into the paint. Shaquille Evans lays it up and in. Timeout called by Garrett Evans, another second chance point falling for Montreat after the layup. 93-86, 3:08 left to go. 7-point game once more. Bluefield College down 93-86, 3:04 left to go. Monte Evans puts it back on the deck, one arms it past Stevens. Stevens feeds Jenkins right wing. He angles his way back top of the key, loops it over left wing to Monte Evans. Defended hard as Jeremiah Jenkins is blocked. Here comes Terrell Sheffy. Fast break to the rim, lays it up and in easily. That's a huge block, 95-86, 9-point game. Rams back in transition. Damari Sexton feeds Stevens, left wing, floats from 5. Good, nothing but net. 95-88 the score. 7-point ball game. Not out of the realm of possibility. 2.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Montreat has scored 95 points. 2:22 left to go. Jamil Wright in the right wing, spins it back up, Butler. Butler overheads at free throw line, Jaja Davis spins on Ben Grove. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Grove gets the rebound and elbows his way for space. Underhands Damari Sexton. Rams only down by 7, but 2:05 left to go. Jeremiah Jenkins and the Rams need a bucket as Damari Sexton has it in the right wing. Underhands Evans. Evans overheads Jenkins. Left wing 3 on the way. Too hard, way up in the air. Tipped around in the paint. Pulled away by Butler with 1:50 left to go. 7 minutes left as DeMonte Evans gets the ball off of Butler, and apparently the ball hit DeMonte Evans. So it goes off of the sideline now. We'll see an inbounds pass from Montreat. Rams needed a steal there. 95-88. Minute 45 left to go. Here's Jamil Wright, both teams in the bonus. Rams in the double bonus. Jamil Wright backs up, goes in the left wing, and there's a carry. He carried the ball. That gives Bluefield possession back with 1:38. But didn't like the way he dribbled. 95-88 with 1:38 left to go. Be a good time for Naquan Cousins to get his second half points here as he goes back into the ball game. Maya Jenkins goes across the timeline, also needs a big 3 from him, or possibly just 2 as he goes inside, shoots. It's good, but I believe they will call that one on the floor. Mari Sexton gets booked for the foul. It will not be an and 1. And Jeremiah Jenkins, who has struggled from the free throw line, will shoot 2 with 1:32 left to go. Down by 7. Shoots and scores. Rams needed that one. A good time for Jeremiah Jenkins to get back on the right foot at the free throw line. 95-89 the score. 1:32 left to play. Shoots again. Evans sinks both of the free throws, or excuse me, Jenkins. DeMonte Evans goes out. Van Grove back in. 95-90. 5-point game. Full court press coming up. Shaquille Evans needs help. Passes onto the left side. Sheffy. Full court press still a factor as Cousins gets booked for the foul. A 1-and-1 coming up for Terrell Sheffy. Rams need a miss badly here with 1:28 left to go. They did not need to foul, and I think Naquan Cousins knew that. Sheffy, left-handed shooter. Front end of a 1-and-1. Rolls the ball in. Naquan Cousins had a piece of the net anyway, so I think that they were going to give another chance at that, as that was about to be interference. 96-90. Rams need another miss. Sheffy eyes the rim, shoots again, swirls out, rebound, Jaja Davis for Montreat. He's in the corner, flicks it back up left wing. Rams have not fouled yet. Austin Butler goes from the free throw line, chucks up a prayer, no good. Rebounded by Paris Stevens. 6-point ball game with 1:15 left to go. Stevens goes down the lane, misses the layup. Rebound to Mari Sexton, puts it back on the deck. His roll in can't go. And on the third try, Bluefield gets the bucket to fall. With 1:07 left to play, Richard Morgan burns another timeout. He has 2 left. Bluefield trails by 4, 96-92. Rams back on defense, down 96-92, a minute 7 left to play. Jameel Wright ready to pass the ball inbounds, gets it into Terrell Sheppy. Rams still will have to force Montreat to a 2-shot trip to the free throw line. They have 9 fouls. Eric Reed, cross-court lob, Jameel Wright, 55 on the game clock now. Bluefield College has yet to foul. Eric Reed at the line. They don't want to foul with 10 on the shot clock. Eric Reed, crossover dribble, matched up to Damari Sexton. Gets a screen, backs up, 5 on the shot clock, now 4. Shoots over a dagger, he missed. Tipped in the air, rebounded by Reed, and now Bluefield needs to foul. 37 seconds left to go, and that is such a big offensive rebound there. Offensive boards crucial in this game. Eric Reed followed his own shot. He was short from 3 land, and he missed. First shot, Reed misses. Big miss. It'll keep this at least a 5-point game, but the Rams need to get a rebound. 37 seconds left to go. Shoots again, and Reed connects on the second free throw. Timeout called by Garrett Jones, 97-92, 5-point lead for Montreat. Well, Bluefield's chances are dwindling, but not out of hope yet. 37 seconds left to go in this ball game, 97-92. Maya Jenkins carries the ball across the timeline. No time to waste here. Goes in the right wing, shoots for 3. Back iron, he missed. Tip to the air, rebounded. Shaquille Evans has it. Immediate foul, and this could be the ball game. 97-92. Evans, any makes here, could put this one almost out of reach. Rams do have 2 timeouts. Only 1 for Montreat. 26.4 seconds remaining. Thanks to all that have tuned in here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. First shot, good for Shaquille Evans, 98-92. The next one, really the all-important one that could push it to 3 possessions. Second shot, good. 99-92, 7-point ball game. Bluefield needs a bucket quickly and a steal. Brandon Shields into the game, passes right wing, goes out of bounds, back into the hands of Montreat with 18.8 seconds left to go. 99-92 the score. Rams have definitely kept it closer than what we saw in the earlier matchup between these 2 teams, but another whistle blow. It seemed like they wanted to call a timeout, but apparently they just didn't want to sound the buzzer. Throw it into the backcourt. Eric Reed comes down, gets fouled, and now he'll go to the line for a couple with 17.5 seconds remaining. Eric Reed to the line. Left-handed shot, back iron miss. Mega Stitt checks in, Brandon Shields goes out. 7-point game, 17.5 seconds remaining. We'll see Bluefield here next week with Truett McConnell over the weekend in Georgia. Reed shoots and scores. And they will not count it. There was a lane violation for Montreat. So they don't get to the century mark, 99-92. Ari Sexton passes into Omega Stitt with 15 seconds left to go. Stitt goes into the left wing, underhands DeMonte Evans, has to shoot a three and does. Misses in an air ball. 9.7 seconds left to go. Montreat back with the ball, 99-92. Passes in Shaquille Evans. Rams will not foul, and that looks like it'll be the ball game as Terrell Sheffy carries it into the front court, and Montreat has swept Bluefield in the regular season. Last time beating them 94-68, but this time the Cavaliers hold on for a 7-point victory. Thanks for joining us tonight as Bluefield College rolls to 8-12 on the year, 6-8 on the season in the AAC. Montreat improves to 13-4 and 9-4 in the conference. We'll see you next week, but until then, take it easy, Rams fans.